These were the two most valuable things I've ever learned to improve my golf game. These are the two things. I'm giving it to you, right? I'm saving you having to do what I did. I traveled around the world, across the United States, all the way into Canada to meet a guy named Mo Norman who taught me these things. I spent 10 years learning from him, 10 years of my life. My investment was 10 years. I'm giving it all to you tonight. Hey, it's Todd Graves with Graves Golf. Welcome to tonight's program. I'm happy to be here tonight. And I'm excited to talk to you about what my mission here is at Graves Golf is to help you simplify your golf game, play better golf, and have more fun playing the game we all love. But I'm going to tell you that tonight's program, if you will follow with me tonight, if you're here for the entire program, I recommend you stay here for the entire program because I want to deliver to you what I know for a fact is the absolute only way that you can get better at playing this game. I want to take a little survey right now, and on a scale of 1 to 10, where 1, you don't care, and 10, it's really important to you, give me your number of how important it is for you to improve in your golf game. How much do you love the game, and how much do you really want to improve? How much do you desire to improve? We got tens, great, tens. I love it. I love the 10s and the 9s because you guys are into this. And when you're into it, you'll do what it takes to get better. How many of you guys, give me a 10 if you'll do what it takes to get better. I want to see the 10s in there. If you'll do it, because listen, I'll tell you this right now. I was sitting where you're sitting. Maybe some of you are frustrated. Maybe you're not frustrated, but I was very frustrated back in the early 90s in my golf game. People are serious about this, right? And I wanted to improve my game as well. All I wanted to do was get better at golf, and I was getting worse, by the way. I was taking tons of golf lessons from the best instructors in the world. And I could tell you names, but more importantly, how much money I was spending traveling around the world trying to get better at the game of golf. And I was getting worse and worse and worse. And it was getting so frustrating for me. And this is back in the early 90s. And then I met my mentor, Mo Norman. And you see a picture of here with Mo working on my release and finish here in this picture. When I met Mo, what he taught me and what I learned from him transformed my golf game, making it easier to play the game of golf. That's why I'm standing here in front of you today, is to do the exact same thing for you, is to help you understand what I learned from Mo and how it simplified hitting a golf ball. Now to this day, I am very good at hitting a golf ball. But here's what's important about it. It's simple. I do it in a very simple way. And I don't have to practice that much. I mean, I practice some, a little bit here and there, but I'm always pretty good at it because Mo helped me simplify the golf swing. I want to show you how he did that with me tonight. We call it Mo's magic formula. And I want to teach you this formula. I guarantee what I show you, you're going to say, Todd, that's so common sense, because I want this to be common sense to you. So I want you to see the simplicity of it. I want you to see how with the single plane golf swing, what Mo taught me, the easiest way to hit a golf ball and a simple way to learn it, with those two things combined, I'm going to show you that this is the only way I can see you making massive transformations in your game. Let's simplify your golf game for you tonight. I want to show you a quick chart. And everything I teach you tonight is really based in science. The only way you're going to learn this golf swing is by doing it. Everything I say tonight, those of you that watch my YouTube channel, those of you that are watching tonight's show, I'm going to give you great information. I'm going to give you the best information I got. I always do that. But it's going to mean absolutely nothing to you if you don't apply it correctly. Let me show you how things work when you want to improve, and this will be common sense as well. There's 4 stages of competence, right? This is how we learn things. The first thing is unconscious incompetence, right? This is where we don't know what we don't know. And this is the beautiful thing about you being here tonight, if this is the first time you've seen me. And so that's where you start, is unconscious incompetence, right? And then you learn about it. So you learn about the single plane swing. You're here tonight because you learned about the single plane swing. And now you know that you don't know. So now you're conscious and incompetent, right? You know that you should, you know there's an easier way to play golf with the single plane swing. You just don't know how to do it, right? So that's the next place you have to go. So we're moving through levels of competence. Tonight's program, I'm going to teach you about a program we call Single Plane 30, and it'll move you to conscious competence. This is where I want to move you tonight, where now you know and you're good at it. See, this is where we start getting better. This is where I want to take you. I want to take you into improvement where you know how to get better. I want to get you to conscious competence tonight. But here's the thing. I got to show you a little bit of a diagram of where we've been, right? Where you've been and where I was too when I tried to get better. The first thing I want you to know is I'm teaching you two things tonight. Two very valuable things. In my life, these were the two most valuable things I've ever learned to improve my golf game. These are the two things. I'm giving it to you, right? I'm saving you having to do what I did. I traveled around the world, across the United States, all the way into Canada to meet a guy named Mo Norman who taught me these things. I spent 10 years learning from him. 10 years of my life. My investment was 10 years. I'm giving it all to you tonight for free. Here we go. The first thing is single plane swing. You're probably here tonight because you want to know more about it. Well, let me briefly go through the single plane swing for you. And I want to do this very quickly because I want you to understand what we're trying to accomplish with the simplest golf swing.
Several chants.
Great, great. The goal of a golf swing is to get you to the moment of impact. The reason Mo Norman was the greatest ball striker to ever play the game, and the reason I've become a good ball striker, is because I get to the moment of impact consistently. Over and over, I can get to the same place every single time, right? So you would agree with me that if I can get you to impact consistently with speed at the same spot every single time, you can become a consistent ball striker. That's the goal, consistency, right? So we want to get consistent. And I got to get you to impact. Okay, should make 100% sense because I'm not going to say anything tonight that doesn't make sense. We know we got to get to impact if we want to be consistent. Shouldn't everything I teach you in the swing, shouldn't everything you do during a golf swing help you get to impact? It should enhance your ability to get to impact. In other words, if you're going to work on something in your swing, your grip, your setup, your backswing, your downswing, shouldn't everything be promoting your ability to get to impact? Yes or no? And it's, of course. So everything has to point towards impact. Everything I'm going to show you in the single plane swing right now helps me get to the most important moment. Let's go through the swing really quickly. The very first thing is your address position. Notice that when I get in the proper address, that I'm starting. Do you see my alignment with my arms? I'm starting the club on the same plane I'm going to impact. So in other words, I start, look at the club shaft plane right here. I go to the top, and when I come down, I return it back to that same shaft plane. So I'm returning. It's why we call it the single plane swing. I'm starting and impacting on the exact same plane. That means my body position has to match as I go back and down to that plane. So I'm simplifying my ability to start and then impact on the same plane. That's number one. Number two is look at the positions of my swing. So when I go back, position 1 to position 2, look at the plane of this club at the top. It matches the plane at impact. That angle is matching impact. In other words, I'm not taking it back like this and trying to get to impact. I'm not taking it back like this and trying to get to impact. I'm matching the plane all the way to impact. And by the way, even on the way through, that plane also matches. So every position of my swing helps me get to impact. Okay, that's how you're going to get better. That's how you're going to do this. You're going to practice and develop a golf swing that enhances your ability to get to the most important moment of impact. Give me a 10 if that makes 100% sense, because I'm going to teach you all this right now. All right, lots of 10s, I bet, because this is the stuff you got to know. This is the stuff that saved my game, by the way. This is it. Let's go through it. The very first thing that you must learn, because everything I'm going to teach you has to make impact more consistent, I've got to master the address and grip position. Address and grip. Address and grip. Okay, I'm going to put that on the board. Address and grip. Okay, so there's the first thing, address and grip. Now, I want to hear in the chat, how many of you learned, notice how I said address and then grip. How many of you have taken golf lessons before, learned to grip the club first? I just want to give me yes or no's on that one. Yes or no, right? I think it's always been taught where people learn to grip first. Grip's the fundamental thing. I disagree that grip should be the fundamental thing you learn in golf. Let me explain. If our goal is to get to the most important moment of impact, wouldn't it make more sense to look at the position of the body at impact and then design our address position similar to our impact position? In other words, address with my body position that's similar to impact, and then orient the club in my hands. So now it makes my body position help my hands get to impact. And notice how I said that. My body is helping my arms and hands get to impact. Here's the thing. When you learn to grip the club first, you learn the grip incorrectly, and you've been fighting that forever now. And that's why you've never improved, because you put the hands on incorrectly, and then you're fighting body position based on improper hand position. I see it happen all the time. I'm teaching you the exact opposite of that. I'm saying, look, put your body into a position, and then orient the hands and arms. Now we get to impact so much easier because the body is moving less. Number 2, positions. Okay, positions. We got 6 positions, 1 through 6. So positions of the swing. Every position I teach you, and I'll go through them here right now, every position I teach you is to help you move in a way to get the club to impact. I mentioned that a minute ago. Let's go through that. Address and grip. So when I tilt my body correctly, my lead arm is in the proper position. Notice how it lines up with the club into a straight line. Isn't that where the club's going to be at impact? In a straight line with the arm. So I'm already getting that from my address position. I bring my trail hand in. Notice how my trail hand, because of my tilt, is in an underhanded position. I've made it non-rotational. This hand now, because of my body position, can now be non-rotational. It's not rotating from back and go down. I've eliminated rotation from my address and then grip position. All right, so I've simplified rotations of my swing. Now from this address and grip, we can go to position 1 and then position 2. We saw that on plane, right, earlier. And then I stabilize, transition, go to position 3, and again, I can return that club to impact in the most effective, efficient, non-rotational way possible. Look at my impact position. You see my body tilt? Very similar. Look at my address tilt. Look at my impact tilt. Very similar. Address, impact. The only difference in the two is there's more rotation and impact, less at address. It's a rotational difference. Address to impact. And then I got impact, then I got extension, and then I finish. And notice my finish, again, is back to the plane. So everything I'm doing here, I'm teaching you, is designed, Mo discovered this, to get you to consistently to impact with speed. Now, that means I teach you the address and grip position. I teach you the positions of the swing that'll help you get to impact. And then I can sequence you. Now we're going to talk about what I call the breaks here, but look at this for a minute before I get into that. I mentioned earlier tonight that there's only one way for you to get better. There's only one way. And the only way for you to get better is you're going to have to change your positions. Because the positions that you're in right now are producing a certain result. Maybe it's some good, maybe some bad. But if you really want to make change, would you not agree that there's got to be something that changes in your positions? Because the positions produce the sequence of the swing, they'll then produce the speed. You can't change your swing, you can't change your result without changing the positions of your swing. How many of you would agree with that? How many of you have been trying stuff, tons of stuff, and not getting any better? That was me, by the way, right? And the only time I got better was when I actually made changes, right? When I made the change, I had to change the positions my body was in. I had to change the position the club was in. That's how I made changes in my ability to hit a golf ball. So we go from address and grip. Now we teach you the positions of the swing. Now the sequence. We got to talk about this thing called the breaks, because if you have great positions, I have to teach you how to move. Now, here's what I mean by that. Would you agree, again, disagree 1, 10 is I fully agree. Would you agree that when you swing a golf club, that certain parts of the body are moving and certain parts are stopping? For example, when I make a backswing, notice that my upper body is moving, but my trail leg is not moving. I'm rotating around my trail leg, it's not moving, and then I go to the top. So my upper body and arms are moving, but my trail leg's not moving, right? You agree with that? Well, when I come down, the lead leg stops, and now my right side of my pelvis can turn, but my upper body keeps moving. And then my arms, after my upper body gets to a certain point, my arms keep moving. So what you're seeing is certain parts of the body are stopping as other parts move. In other words, you can't move your body correctly and with any kind of acceleration or speed if one part isn't staying stable and another part moving. So you see where I'm going. Motion is created from something being still and parts moving around it. A question I often get asked is, Todd, is the swing left-sided or is it right-sided? And it depends where in the swing. So if you look at my backswing, my right side is staying still. My left side is moving, right? And so when I come down, my left side is stopping and my left side is pulling and my right side is not doing anything. And then when I get to here, my right side accelerates and my left side stays still. So there's certain parts of the body that are staying still and other parts that are moving. And so I have to have what I call the brakes. The brakes are learning what parts of the body are stopping as other parts are moving, all right? So that's what the brakes is. Because when I get that, when I have the proper positions of my body that allow me to have the proper braking system of the body, I can sequence. And guess what? When you sequence, now you can add speed. 1 to 10, how many of you want more speed? 1, you don't care. 10, you want more speed, right? Yeah, it's a loaded question. But I can't give you that. And I get that question all the time. I can't give you speed if I don't help you with your brakes and your system. And I can't help your brakes and system if you're not in the correct positions. I can't help your positions if you don't have a good address and grip. You see where I'm going with this? Positions are primary to sequence. You cannot improve your sequence and speed with bad positions. You just can't do it. You can. How many of you out there swung harder? You just swing harder, right? I've done it, right? And the ball doesn't go very far because your positions, the club's not being delivered efficiently. How many of you watch good golfers out there and you're like, it just looks so effortless, right? Effortless. Effortless is hitting good positions and the club is doing the work and you're efficiently getting the club to do the work. That's what I got to do for you. Okay. Everybody hanging in there because I want to show you something. This is my formula. This is the formula right here. Address and grip, position, sequence, and speed. This is my formula that I use every single time that I coach somebody into a better golf game and a better golf swing and being more consistent. This is how I coach myself. This is how I coach the tour players that I teach. This is how I coach the beginners that I teach. It doesn't matter what level. If you're a conventional golfer, this is what I do. I'll run you through my process because this process solves every swing issue you could possibly have. We're going to go through that in a second. But I'm going to make a bet with you right now. And you guys be honest with me on this one. Again, 1 to 10. How many of you learn golf backwards? In other words, you grabbed a club and you ran out there and started swinging away and hitting golf balls. You just grabbed a club and started swinging. You just had no idea what you're doing and started practicing hitting golf balls. And you kind of got addicted to it because you maybe hit one or two good and you got kind of addicted to it, right? How many of you started just by swinging a club? And what happened is you learned the golf swing backwards because what happened was you were trying to produce speed, but you had no idea how to sequence your swing. You had no idea what position you should be in, and you had no idea how to address and grip the club. And what happened was you realized, man, this game is pretty hard. And that little golf ball down there doesn't like a lot of variation in club face. And pretty soon you're not hitting it very good. You're like, I want to get better at this. And you started taking lessons. And the lessons went right back up here and said, we got to change your address and grip. But how many of you learn golf backwards? Give me a 10 on that one, because everybody does, right? Everybody does.
Oh, yes, there are all of that.
Yeah, we're all 10s on that one. I'm included. So what I want to do to transform you, because I'm going to give you all I got here. And this is good of information that I can give you because this formula has worked for me for 30 years. This formula never fails me when people do it correctly. Here's what it is. I got to create a program. I got to put you into an instructional program that helps you learn in the proper order. We reset you in the proper order. It's called progressive training. What progressive training is, it progresses you in a perfect way, scientific way. Write down my formula. Address and grip, positions, sequence, using the brakes, and learning and getting the speed from that. But speed comes as the final piece of the puzzle. Now, What does that mean, progressive training? Well, you got to do everything in the correct order, because when you get the address and grip correct, positions start getting easier. When positions get easier, sequence gets easier. When sequence easier, speed gets easier. And pretty soon, you're efficient. And that's how I help people get better at playing the game of golf. So my team challenged me and they said, Todd, we've had so much success. I had a best-selling video that I launched in 2010. We sold over 1 million copies of an instructional video. But I'll tell you right now, and you guys, some of you may have a copy of that, called the Single Plane Solution video. I don't think it was the greatest instruction in the world. It was great information. It was really good information. It's still very good information, but it wasn't delivered in the right way. And so my team came to me and they said, Todd, can you develop a program, knowing what you know now? I've learned a lot as an instructor over the last 30 years and since 2010 when I launched that video. They said, can you develop a program that's going to help golfers learn in a perfect formula and as fast as possible? And I said, let me put some thought into it. And I said, I can't really do it in 7 days. 7 days isn't long enough. 14 days, I've had some success short term, but 14, 21, maybe 30 days. I said, give me 30 days. Number one, I believe everybody can dedicate 30 days to a game that'll last them a lifetime and a swing that'll last them a lifetime. So 30 days is nothing. I said, give me 30 days. And what I do is I built a program called Single Plane 30. Now, some of you may, if you've already known about this program, put a 10 in the chat and make some comments, because we get crazy testimonials about this program. It doesn't surprise me that we've had such great testimonials, but if you look at my chart now and you see what I'm doing with you, not only am I getting you conscious competence, Single Plane 30 is how you get there. When you start learning Single Plane 30, you now become conscious and competent, and eventually you're doing it without thinking about it, which is where you ultimately want to be, is unconscious and competent. And that's when you play your best golf. But Single Plane 30 is your program to get you there. Here's why it does this. Here's why scientifically the program does this. Because it does it in the exact perfect order. It's teaching you the way your brain is designed to learn. Think about something for just a minute. How many of you learned to play an instrument? Piano, guitar, whatever, right? Did you start playing music right away? You know, did you grab the guitar and go, watch this, and start playing a song? Or did you sit on the piano and start playing music? No. You learned the position of your hands. You learned, hell, I learned when I played the piano, I learned how to sit. I learned how to look at the music. I learned how to play chords, right? I learned the positions of my hands. I learned the chords. Then I learned to sequence my hands, and pretty soon, with some speed, I was playing music with the correct speed. What about learning how to dance? Any guys learn how to dance? Guys or gals out there learning how to dance? What do? You don't learn to dance. You learn the positions of your body. Then you move the positions into a sequence, then you add some speed, now you're dancing. So I've applied that science to the golf swing, and it's been remarkable. I mean, it's been mind-blowing. We had a guy in our recent chat that's in the program for this last month, and he said he was a skeptic. He goes, Todd, I was kind of a skeptic, but I joined the program anyway. And he goes, I cannot believe how much my golf game has changed. He goes, I'm playing the best golf of my life. I'm hitting the ball better than I've ever hit it in my life before. And he was a skeptic. So even the skeptics are raving about this program. Let me tell you exactly what it is. It's a 30-day progressive training program, and we go week by week. The goal is to transform you and get you to that conscious competence, right? We're going to transform you in 30 days. And we deliver it week by week. In week 1, guess what? I teach you the address and grip. And I start working you from address and grip into that position 1 in the backswing. We build that foundation in week 1. If we got to get that right, because we got to get your position of your address and grip. Week 2, I walk you through the key positions of the swing. Key positions. This is all the positions of your swing, because if you don't have the positions right, you can't get the braking system. And if you can't get the braking system, you don't get the sequencing. So now in week 3, we start sequencing. And I'm going to tell you right now, week 2 and week 3, when you start learning the brakes, transforms people, because they start understanding how the body accelerates. And that's what happens in week 4, is I start helping you add speed. I want to go through this real fast with you, because this is what happens to people when they go through this program. We'll talk about what's happening in this program. I'm progressing you through this. Address and grip. I'm teaching you a perfect way. It includes your foot position, your leg position, your arm position, the tilt of your body, very important, how your arms are structured, There's ways you can place your body in ranges of motion. I won't get in crazy detail about that, but did you know that I can position your body in a way that it can't make a mistake? In other words, if I tilt you correctly with your proper positions, I put you in a position where you can only square a club face. There's only thing you can do is hit it dead straight. Watch this. I'll do it with you right here. So if I position myself correctly, notice my arm, my hand will only go that far. My back of my left hand, because of my tilt and my arm being in flexion, my hand will only go that far. And when I do that, when I swing, my hand will only go to square. That's because of my tilt and my hand position. So there's things I can do with you that are natural by putting you in the proper positions that can mistake-proof your swing. Just think about that. That's why I go out there every time and I hit it dead straight, because I can't not hit it straight. I know that sounds weird. I can't not do it. So let's go through the rest of this program. I want to show you what's going on in this program. So it's a 30-day training program, progressively each week by week. So each week, here's one of the most important things about the program. It's daily accountability. Now, what do I mean by that? I think this might be the reason people love this program so much, is because every day we deliver a training module to you. And this module, you're accountable to train. So week 1, day 1, for example, we give you a module and you train that day, that module. A lot of times it's 5 sets of 20 reps. It might be 10 sets of 15 reps, but we're making you train correctly that day. We don't let you get ahead of the program. All right. So just think about it. You wake up every day, you got a training module. If you miss a day, you can catch up a day or two. We don't want to miss too many days, but we want you to make sure that you're following the training regimen each single day. The training regimens only take about 20 minutes. It take a long time, but you're learning every single day and you're staying in what I call this sweet spot of learning. And then we also have coaching support. I'm going to coach you in this next month. In October, I'm coaching you, right? I'll be in the program coaching you. So if you have questions, we support you throughout the program. Another master coach here, Scott Renfro, also coaches. So we have live coaching support that happens twice a week throughout the program. Inside Single Plane Academy, you're seeing a sample of that screen right now. We support you inside Single Plane Academy as well. This is where you ask questions. You can post pictures of your swing. We're here to support you learning the program throughout the month. Now, here's what this program value is. We normally charge around $1,000 for these types of programs. The 30-day trading program is a $649 program. The daily accountability is $349. Live coaching support is over $1,000. It's a $2,000 program. That's generally what we charge for things like this. But I wanted everybody in the world to learn what I've learned, and I'm putting this program out there for only $297. But that's not, I'm giving you a lot more than that. Check this out. I know you're going to want to take your new swing to the course. The guys in Single Plane 30 in the last month are already doing that right now, shooting the best scores of their lives. So I'm going to give you another course, another $500 course, which is how you take your new golf swing to the golf course in my Take It to the Course Masterclass. Now, this one teaches you the routines of playing. I get 4 basic routines: my pre-round routine, my pre-shot routine, my in-between shot routine, and my post-round routine. Guys, if you want to play great golf and you just learned a new swing, I want to give you a process, another formula to take that to the course and become a great golfer. I got to tell you a quick story, and this is a funny story. I taught these processes to a brand new golfer. All I did, he was struggling with his friends. His friends were beating him at golf. He kept saying, "Todd, will you please help me with my game? All my friends are beating me," right? And I said, "Well, come out." And I wanted to work on his swing right away, but I'm like, I'm going to try something with him because he's playing lots of golf. So I taught him my 4 processes, my Take It to the Course processes. And all I did was teach him the processes. Now, keep in mind, the processes include proper address and grip. You'll understand those when you learn them. But the processes include some really fundamental single plane stuff. Well, he went out. All I did was, in one lesson, teach him processes. He went out and played with his buddies, and his buddies came back and said, "Man, he's getting so good." And all I did was teach him my own course processes. So this is another way I can help you elevate your game to the next level. Now, that's my Take It to the Course Masterclass. Well, the other thing we do is we give you a blueprint call. This is where you work with us and we develop a plan. I'm a plan guy. I'm a strategy guy. All of you out there, if you want to improve, especially this time of year, you need to be building a plan and a strategy. What are you doing for the next 90 days to get better at the game, right? So we need a plan and a strategy. We help you build that as well as part of the package in the Single Plane 30. Now, here's a great part of the program, and we added this to the program At some point, we're probably going to take this out of the program, but my team insisted that they wanted anybody going through single plane 30 to have the correct training aids. You're looking at what I have on the ground here is my alignment and ball position trainer. This is making sure that when I'm setting up to the golf ball here, I'm getting feedback, and when I'm doing this correctly with my address and grip, that my foot position and my hand position and everything is related to where the ball position is. So I want to have my alignment and ball position correct. So we have the alignment ball position trainer. You see I'm holding my Feeling of Greatness training club. Another very important tool here to get it has a training grip on here, gets my hand position correct. It even teaches me the proper distance from the golf ball. So this training device here helps me get the address and grip correct. Then I have my single plane trainer. Somewhere, it's over here somewhere. A single plane trainer, which teaches you the positions of the swing. So there's 3 basic training aids that I have for you. You can work through the program. Now, these training aids usually cost $300 roughly if you get the training aids, but I'm going to give you 50% off on the training aids, right? So that's a good deal right there if I just give you half off the training aids, but I'm going to do more than that. I'm not only going to give you half off the training aids, I'm going to give you a $150 gift card, which means if you use the gift card for the training aids, I'm giving you the training aids, right? If you already have the training aids, some of them, because some of you might have it, you can apply it towards other things in the store. So I'm giving you $150. Guys, I am giving you single plane 30 days of premier coaching with us in a progressive training formula for free. I'm doing it, right? But you got to join me, because here's the way this program works. Well, let me go through the package real quick, what's on there. You got the single plane 30 program, $2,000 value. Take it to the course class, $500 value. The blueprint call, the 50% discount. It's over $3,000 in value, guys, for $300, $297. $297. And here's my guarantee, because I know for a fact, because we've taught over 1,100 people in this program this year already. And here's the thing. If you don't love it, and you go the 30 days and you train in the program, you don't love it, I'll give you that $300 back. Guys, I can't do better than this. I can't give you all the training aids. I can't give you the class basically for free, and I'm going to give you your money back if you don't like it. That's how confident I am that this is the right program for you. And if it's not, I'll give you your money back. I promise you that there's no better program in the world that'll teach you a swing that's easier and better for you and help you play better and transform your game than the single plane swing and the single plane 30 program. That's how confident I am in this program. We're going to take some questions here in a minute, but if you want to enroll in this program, we only take 200. We can't handle more than 200. We already have the class half full, and it starts next Monday, right? Next Monday? Yeah. So we start, here's what happens. We start at the first Monday of the month, which means next Monday the class starts. I coach you throughout the month, as does Scott Renfro, another coach in the program. We're with you through the entire month. When we're with you on calls, we're all together. We're going through the program at the same pace. The questions you ask will be relevant to the entire group because we're all going through the program at the same exact pace. People love the coaching calls because we're supporting you through the program, and you might have a question about the weekly training, and we're there to answer it for you. So we're supporting that. If you want to get in this program and you're a 10, guys, you said you're a 10. You said you're serious about this. If you're a 10 or even a 9, this is your program for you. If you're serious about getting better, you got to go to gravesgolf.com/enroll. Scott will put this in the chat for you to click the link so you can join the program. But you need to get in it because we cap it out at 200 and we're already half full. We got a few days left, but we'll fill up before we get to Monday. Now, I'll take some questions. Is there any questions popping through there? Okay. What if I can't do the training every day? That's a good question. Like I said before, if you miss a day, you can catch up a couple of days. I wouldn't go more than about 3 or 4 days because you're going to do extra modules each day. The goal of the program is you just do it in the proper order. So let's say you miss a day, just go back, do the days before training and then the day of training and just stay in that order. Some of the training is repeated, so some of it you'll repeat. Repetition. I need to talk about that. Yeah. Scott's like, oh yeah, Todd, you forgot that. Look, what's missing from my formula, right? Here's what's missing. The doing, right? Remember what I said, the doing part? Again, this is great information, right? But now we need reps. I'm going to tell you in single plane 30 exactly what to do. Don't guess. Don't wonder. I'm going to tell you exactly what to do. This is what's missing in golf instruction. If you don't understand this, what golf instructors do, they're like, you need to work on your grip. How many times do I work on my grip? What should I do to work on my grip? Should I do it every day? We tell you in single plane 30 exactly how to go through this progressively, and we tell you exactly how many reps to do. That's how we transform you, because we got to get you doing it, not just watching the videos. This is not, guys, how many of you out there, give me a 10 if you watch my YouTube channel. Look, I love my YouTube channel. I love getting out there and doing stuff on YouTube. But it's the worst place to learn the golf swing because it's so out of context. I'm talking about stuff that may not be relevant to you, or it's not really helping you because you need to be working on your address and grip. And I'm talking about, you know, leveraging the club in the downswing or whatever. I love it because I like talking about this stuff, but it's not the greatest place to progressively learn the golf swing. Next question. It's gravesgolf.com/enroll. Enroll in the program. You get all the bonuses and discounts and perks. It's only $300. And I got to tell you, and I was talking to the team today, we're probably going to raise the price of this program as we go into next year. So this may be the last month you get it for this price. We're going to raise it at least $100, maybe even $200. We've had so much interest and we keep filling the program up, but I want to make sure you guys get in as soon as you can. Here's a question. I slice a lot. What can I do to fix it? Okay, George, great question. Watch this. I don't fix golf swings. Okay? Now, that may sound really weird coming from a decorated golf instructor, but here's what I do. I say, what was that, George? Was that his name, George? Okay, George, here's how I would fix you. Let's look at my formula. Let's look at your address and grip. Okay? That's the first place I look. The second place, let's look at the positions of your swing. Are you in the proper positions? Great. If you are, then I see how are you applying your brakes and how you're sequencing. And right inside my formula, I will find exactly the reason why you're slicing it, and I will fix that reason with my formula. And guess what? The last program we ran in Single Plane 30, the guys were saying, I'm able to self-diagnose myself now. Yes, because you understand the process. If you understand this process, all you got to do is run the process. Guys, when I don't hit it well, when I start hitting it badly, let's say I have a bad ball striking day, I go look at my dressing grip. I go check out my positions. I look at my sequence. I check out and I get some speed back. It's automatic formula. I don't guess. Stop guessing. How many of you right now, give me a 10 if you go out there when you practice, and be honest with me, how many of you guess when you're out there? How many of you go to the range, you hit a couple bad ones, you start messing around with your ball position, or you change your grip, or you change your backswing, you start just trying something. We all do it, right? There's going to be a zillion 10s out there because that's what we do. How many of you right now, again, these are rhetorical questions. How many right now have a process that you use every time you practice? Give me a 1 if you don't. Give me a 10 if you do. How many of you have a way of practicing every single time? Okay, so let me ask you this. How can you expect to be consistent if you don't have a consistent process? I mean, seriously. You want to be a consistent golfer, right? You guys are all 10s. You guys want this. How can you expect to be a 10 and a consistent ball striker if your processes are a 0 or a 1, if you don't have them? I'm giving you a perfect formula, and I'm giving it to you basically for free. If you join my Single Plane 30 program, I'm teaching you how to do it. And that's why people, I mean, I'm telling you, I wish I could just play the testimonials for you of the people who are like, Todd, I can't believe how powerful this program is. I've never seen anything like it in the golf world. I've never seen a better program that's more productive. I've never had more confidence in my golf swing. I get them all day long. And I'm so excited to see it because 10 years from now, I'm gonna be teaching the same formula. I'm not gonna change this. It's the exact way you should learn every single time. Here's from Al Iverson.
The testimonial language.
Here we go. Oh, here we go. This is in the chat. Did the Single Plane 30, I have consistently dropped 6 to 7 strokes. And that's in 30 days, guys. That's in 30 days. So look, am I going to guarantee you drop 6 or 7 strokes? I'm going to guarantee your golf swing. And then you're going to take that golf swing and play golf. And you're going to go out there and play the best golf of your life. And you're going to get a better golf swing. And you're going to have this for your lifetime because this is something you lose for the rest of your life. This isn't a quick fix. I don't do that. Again, look at the bonuses here. You got Single Plane 30, you got the fast action bonuses, you got the me as your coach, which, you know, I charge thousands of dollars to work with students. I'll be coaching you all month of October. Total value of that, over $5,500. I'm doing it for $300, guys. $300 and you're getting the training aids to go with it. gravesgolf.com/enroll. Get in there. I want you in there. join tonight so you don't miss out because we're going to close it down at 200. Just finished September, started a 12, now a 9. Okay, dropped 3. After week 1 of this training, shot 76 4 over. Get in this, Kevin V. Thank you, Kevin, for that. Yeah, it's Kevin and other students like Kevin that have been through the program are loving this thing, and it is transformational, and it is the perfect way to do this. And you're going to be able to not only build your swing perfectly, but again, troubleshoot any problems you have. You'll understand that more when you dig into single point 30. It's just such a transformational way to do this.
That's it.
Okay, so let's go through it one more time. I appreciate everybody being on tonight. By the way, if you have any questions, you can email us here, scottar@gravesgolf.com, toddg@gravesgolf.com. It's just first name, last name, initial @gravesgolf. If you have any questions about this program, if you want to get in, but you need to get in by Monday because we shut it down basically Sunday night. We might keep it open for a few minutes Monday morning if some guys are trickling in, but if we get it filled up, we will shut down on Sunday night. So 200 people max. Single plane 30 program, only $297. You're getting the single plane program, the fast action bonuses, me as your coach for the month of October, which I can't wait to do it, at gravesgolf.com/enroll. Please jump in the program. I can't wait to teach you how to transform your game and finally get to this impact position more consistently and make you a better golfer. Thanks for joining me tonight. I'll see you again. I'll see you inside single point 30.